and Myles Garrett.
Okay.
And that's it.
Do we have the other ones? Well, I mean, this he's such a hater, dude.
But Goff would not be on that list.
Burrow.
Goff is completely on that list.
So,
Baker
Burrow.
Mayfield?
Very much so on that list.
Okay.
Goff's gone to the Super Bowl and to the NFC title game with two different places. Baker Mayfield flipped the worst franchise in North American sports and has played as good a football at the quarterback position as anybody over the last 2 or 3 years.
Joe Burrow?
Absolutely. He's gone to the Super Bowl. He's absolutely on the list. The injuries you can't run from that, but no question as far as the ability to play, 100% on the list.
And we said Caleb and Cam, obviously too early to tell.
Yeah.
In terms of number 1 overall pick. But we got there based on the idea with Bo Nix playing in a standalone game tonight. If you did the 2024 redraft of just the quarterbacks 1 through 6 of the first rounders, what would your order be? Team withstanding. So it's 6 expansion franchises going 1 through 6. Who goes 1 in that draft for you?
Jaden.
Okay, 2.
Drake.
3.
Quarterback. This is just quarterbacks?
Just quarterback.
Caleb.
4.
Probably Bo.
5 and 6. So JJ and Penix.
JJ and JJ, then Penix. Yes.
So you would not put Drake May over Jaden Daniels yet?
No.
Why not?
I don't forget what happened last year. I mean, Jaden was absolutely sensational last year. And then when Jaden's played this year, he's been really good outside of like the last game when everybody in their offense was hurt. And so Jaden was historically impressive last year. And I had said all offseason, sugar-coated or covered up a lot of the things that were going to become issues for the football team because he was so special. That doesn't take anything away from what Drake May is doing right now, but I have a body of work from Jaden over the course of a full season that was historically great. Drake is playing fantastic. Very close, but I'd still take Jaden.
Earlier this week, Dano, I was on First Take making the point as to why the Arizona Cardinals should stay with Jacoby Brissett versus going back to Kyler. We got the news yesterday that Kyler is going to be put on IR. I call it the soft benching leading to the long goodbye. Curious as to why you shot me the text chiming in saying that you thought it was the right stance for Arizona to go with Jacoby Brissett the rest of the way.
Yeah, I mean, one, just the individual performance has been better than Kyler's. The play of the quarterback has been better. Then, two, the operation of the offense. The play of the offense has been elevated. And Marvin Harrison Jr. all of a sudden is good again. He all of a sudden can play. And so there's just that reality. And I think the fundamental starting point is Jacoby's not nearly as talented as Kyler, but Jacoby wants to just run the offense. Jacoby wants to play quarterback. Jacoby just wants the offense to go up and down the field and get his offense in the end zone, however necessary. Kyler still wants to be the guy. Like, Kyler wants to be the focal point. He wants to be the person generating the offense. He wants to be the person scoring all the points. He wants to be the person that gets the pat on the back because he's so talented. So I understand that. Jacoby doesn't care about all that stuff. He just wants the offense to play well. And that's the difference between Kyler still being very talented and Jacoby just wanting to play the position at the very highest level that he can.
What do you think the future will hold for Kyler?
I think he's done in Arizona. I think that's fair to say that he's probably taken his last snap in Arizona. Will he have a landing spot next year? Of course. Mm-hmm. He's ridiculously talented. Yes. You just don't find people like that. We also have, I mean, even right now, early November, I can tell you 7 teams that are going to be quarterback hungry, just desperately in need of a starting quarterback. So,
can you name those, please?
Okay, so off the top of my head, the Jets will need a quarterback. The Browns will need a quarterback. The
Raiders
will need a quarterback. The Dolphins could need a quarterback.
Maybe the Steelers?
The Steelers could need a quarterback.
Saints or no?
The Saints will need a quarterback. I think it's TBD right now with the Falcons, but I don't think you're pounding the table that they won't need a quarterback.
Jacksonville or no?
I still think it's up in the air. You're striving for consistency with Trevor, but I don't think there's any way to definitively say it right now that they won't.
So basically a quarter of the league.
Yeah, are already going to, we can firmly say, be chasing a quarterback.
Dan, we're talking with Dan ORlovsky, ESPN NFL analyst. I want to just now follow up on this. If you're right on all of those, let's include Jacksonville. I would be ignorant, admittedly, in saying I don't care what it takes. I have to get Trevor Lawrence on my team. I will fix him in the way that the other people cannot. Would you operate the same way?
No. I'm such a fan of Trevor.
Doesn't sound like.
And I am. I can go back. I mean, we did a tape on NFL Live yesterday, the Raiders game. I can go find 6 throws. You're like, good God, that's perfect. You cannot do it better. And then I could find throws where I'm like, where are we with this? Why is this still? When Trevor's confident, and I don't know why he goes through, at least looks on tape, ebbs and flows of confidence. But when he's confident, it's as good as anybody's. And I think that in Jacksonville, they're striving to find that from him. Will they capture it? I hope so. But I don't think that you're just going to live in this world of consistently thinking you're constantly going to fix the consistency you're striving for. It's different. Baker Mayfield was consistent. Jared Goff was consistent. They weren't maybe necessarily as talented as others. That's what people wanted. Trevor's as talented as it gets. And there's still a lot of season left.
Yeah.
Dano, which team or player came out the best after the trade deadline?
Team? I think Philadelphia, candidly. One, you didn't trade A.J. Brown. And there was some, at least maybe it's assumption or noise around it, and then they added a guy that can get after the quarterback. I believe the NFC to get to the Super Bowl is firepower. You have to score or you have to stop teams from scoring. Like last year, the NFC was about you got to run the ball. Like the teams that could run the football were going to get there. This year, it's about you got to go score, and you got to have the ability to stop teams from scoring. You got to stop quarterbacks. And so getting the addition of Jalen Phillips and also Nolan Smith coming back from injury, and I know that's not a trade deadline move, but he's still coming back around the same time. I think Philly's a big deal. I think the loser or the team that head scratch for me was the Dolphins. What are we doing? We're not going anywhere. You have 3 or 4 people that teams desperately wanted, or at least had high level of interest in.
And those would be Minka Fitzpatrick, Bradley Chubb,
Jalen Waddle. There's a lot that this roster is very, very low on the talent level. Why would you not move those guys to start your rebuild? Why would keeping them isn't going to do anything this year, and it's really not going to do that much for you next year because
why did you fire your GM?
You're 2 or 3 years away.
Yeah, especially with a new GM. Put him in a position to succeed. Give him as much capital as possible.
Agree.
Exactly.
Dan, tonight, Thursday Night Football, we have Raiders, Broncos. Right now, as you see it, in your mind, who's the favorite to win the AFC West?
Yeah, I took the Broncos in the preseason. I still stand with the Broncos just because of some of the losses that the Chiefs have. There's 4 already. We know the defense in Denver is very good. The quarterback plays his best when it's needed the most. He's a better quarterback in the fourth quarter than he is the first 3, so there is a little bit of question mark that lingers with that.
What is that, Dan?
Yeah,
what is that?
So I think it's this. I think the dude is wired to be hyper competitive. I think he's probably internally wired to play linebacker than he is quarterback. And it's this, the son of a SEC quarterback legend who went to that same school, highly recruited kid, went through the ups and downs, transfers, goes away from a little bit of the expectation noise, and now they're back. And so I feel like when I watch Bo Nix play, and I feel this way about J.J. McCarthy as well, I feel every snap is like the 12th round of a fist fight. We're like,
I love that, though. I love that, man. I love that.
I do, but at times there's too high strung for me.
Okay.
Even J.J., sometimes when you watch J.J. make a throw, I'm like, J.J., he's 6 yards away from you. You don't have to throw the fastball on that one. So, but Bo is like that. And then for some reason, he seems to be calmer in the high leverage moments than he is in the first quarter, 2nd and 8.
Should they then take advantage of that more and just go more no huddle early?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to press to say, let's get him into the game a little bit more early. I would love Bo Nix to be more active in the game early on. So he's an athlete, get him quarterback run. We have seen that with some other quarterbacks. And so sometimes taking a hit settles guys down more than getting a completion at the quarterback position. And so I would like them to be, now they'll never go no huddle like that because Sean Payton's beauty is every play is a different personnel grouping. And yeah, this formation is going to get to this play in the second quarter and then this play in the third quarter. And so there's constantly different people offensively on the field. So that's not going to be there, but I'd like to get him hit early on. Maybe that'll settle him in.
Last thing here with Dan ORlovsky, at least for me on this, the Colts made a massive move this week. They obviously are really good, the Steelers game withstanding.
Pressure.
they need to do what in order to justify this trade?
AFC Championship game. And Daniel Jones has never felt pressure like this. And I understand he was in the New York market. He ain't never felt pressure like this. This organization said, 1, we think we can go win right now. 2, the picks of the future don't matter. 3, nor does leverage for us in the future. They have publicly declared we're going to pay you what you want because we're not going to have another option. And that is pressure on a quarterback that has not felt it in this way. And it was a good story up until now. Now it's expectations, and can he handle those expectations?
Phenomenal job as always. Dan ORlovsky will be on Get Up at 8 a.m. Eastern, first take at 10 a.m. Eastern. Are you playing solitaire over here? Or
No, solitaire. By the way, there's another pretty good nugget or bomb coming on Get Up. So.
Oh,
What kind of thing is that?
Làm trước chiếu và chiếc chiếu hôm nay của mình sẽ có màu giờ vàng nhá. Còn bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu làm, mình theo dõi mình làm nha. Đầu tiên hôm nay là mình sẽ dùng cái lem này đan vào cái que ăn, dùng sợi rất là to mọi người ạ, đan từ trên xuống sau vặn chiếc khăn dài nha. Em muốn sự